Welcome back to Mega Man 3 Improvement 2.1, and it's been a couple of weeks since the last time I picked this up, so let's see if I can get back to where I was through this password screen here. I used to waste a bit of time on this screen simply because of the jingle it plays. It's a nice little tune. Nice piano. Now let's see if... oh, is it the start button? Yep. Okay. Let's just jump right into Shadow Man. A man so mysterious that even Dr. Wily doesn't know of his true origin. Because apparently he's supposedly made of extraterrestrial parts, according to his profile, and yeah, I guess you can just take that as you will. Now this is actually one of the, probably the first Mega Man 3 stage I've ever witnessed, since it was actually my oldest brother who got to play this first when we were visiting a friend, and oh, yeah. So as opposed to just a stare down, this guy now wants to fight, but luckily I got the needle cannon for that. It pretty much acts as your, kind of like the normal Mega Buster, but rather than rapidly pressing the B button, you can just hold on it. I actually should have been using it more often for this playthrough. It's actually quite useful. Now in the last episode, I actually made one factual error in regards to the energy tanks. It was actually Mega Man 2 in which it was first utilized. And from Snake Man's stage, he actually had a couple of unused graphics that unfortunately isn't utilized in this hack. One of them is this little beam platform, which as you can see probably would have been used for the sky portion of the stage. And then there's this little base here that I guess was supposed to be used for the Snake mini-boss, but I guess they had other ideas, or it was simply an oversight. Where is it? Ah, here we go. Good old Rush Jet. This part could be quite tedious, as these parachuters can easily knock you down the platforms, and they got that little hopper at the end just to throw you off. Oh! Almost got hit by a mosquito. Now, I mentioned before that Top Man's ability is kind of finicky, because in the original game I don't think they coded it properly, because whenever you would utilize this weapon, the energy would drain through random intervals. So there'd be times where you would use it maybe once or twice, and then all of a sudden, whoa, you just used up all your energy. But luckily, it's good against Shadow Man, who can be quite tough without it. The Shadow Blade, and oh, and the Marine Rush. That's the last rushed equipment that you get for this game, and it's kind of underutilized throughout the series. There just isn't a whole lot of water stages in which it could be used to its full potential. So here we are at Spark Man, who is a successor to Elect Man from the first game, and you also get this really intense music that plays over the stage. It really gets you pumped. Makes you want to do aerobics. Yeah, here we go. Now, there isn't really a whole lot to say about this stage. I do know it did have at least a little bit of unused content that I don't think is used in this hack either. One of them is this tile set of this broken ladder, as you can see. And they are fully functional, they just don't get used here. Wonder why. Oh yeah, at the bottom of this pit here, once I get to the floor. Alright, here we go. This room here actually, is a 32 by 32 tile set that is made up of a bunch of this junk pile here, as you can see in this mock-up shot. It was supposed to be used in this stage, and it's one of the only layers that allows Mega Man to walk in front of. It would have been neat to see, actually. Unfortunately, this game was rather rushed. I mean, it had quite a bit of development problems with the original creator of Mega Man leaving, and just simply not having all the time in the world to make it the game they wanted it to, but despite all that, it still turned out well. Now, Sparkman is weak against the Shadow Blade, which kinda acts like the Metal Blade from Mega Man 2, but not as overpowered. Can still be a somewhat useful weapon, as you can see here. Oh yeah, and I'm not just collecting these weapons as I'm defeating these robots, I'm also getting the energy elements so that Dr. Light and Wily can complete the Gamma project. Now, the Spark Shot isn't a terribly useful weapon. It can paralyze enemies, but it isn't very strong in terms of its damage output, and when you try to switch out weapons after paralyzing said robots, the effect will end. So, yeah, I won't be using it much, except for maybe this stage here. Ooh, don't want to get hit by these magnets. Yep, and there's the Red Ranger again. For a guy who wants to be my adversary, he's not a very tough guy here. Switch to, yeah, Gemini laser. These Springers are actually a variant of an enemy from one of the earlier games who unfortunately don't make their appearance here. Oops. Oh no! I can only shoot one laser at a time, so I got hit there. That was funny. Now, this stage is interesting because it probably has more unused floor tiles than any other Mega Man stage for this particular installment. It's mostly made up of these broken floor tiles that could have been placed anywhere, really. There's actually a reason for that, and I'll explain it in the third part of the video. Yes, there will be more parts. Now, these disappearing blocks have always been a staple throughout the games, and also the one thing that most players always dread. But with the Rush Jet, I don't have to worry about it. Actually, they're not even that hard of a puzzle, I'm just too lazy to get through it myself. Ah, very useful. Now this boss fight is going to make use of one unused graphic that was left out in the original release. Can you guess which? Well, I'll show you once he starts fighting me. Oh, did you see it right there? That's right, the magnets can actually curve diagonally, but I guess because of how fast these magnet missiles move, they either felt they probably felt there was no need to use it, or it was an oversight, so who knows what it could have been. Magnet missile is a fairly useful weapon. It acts like a homing missile. Although there are some enemies out there who are immune to it, like the the Hammer Joes. And that could be annoying. Now, here's one more Robot Master we need to deal with. It's also one stage that I used to dread as a kid because of this beginning part of this. Ah! Please! Oh man, if you didn't have the needle cannon, dealing with these guys could be really... like, they just chase you non-stop. Unless you run off the screen, of course. Luckily, I have everything I need to beat this thing. I've always hated the placement of this Hammer Joe. Because it would be the perfect place to use a magnet missile or a snake search, but it's completely immune to those weapons. Kicks me off. Oh! Now, I know I said this could be a finicky power-up, but the top spin is actually good against these monkeys here. Very nice. Use a Gemini laser for a bit. Oh no! That was... health bar is gonna have a reset because I went off the screen. There we go. Whoops, I skipped the top spin. Now, I've been watching more of the Mega Man cartoon, and now that I'm starting to see more of Season 2, the dip in quality is definitely starting to show. I guess there was a point when Bandai actually convinced Capcom to stop funding for the cartoon because they weren't selling enough toys, I guess. And because of that, they had kind of a budget constraint. Like there'll be points where the animation kind of looks lacking and the mouth movements don't quite look right, and the writing definitely takes a dip in quality. Like, there's an episode where Dr. Wily creates these supernatural bots, or no, not like robots based off of horror monsters, and he films them destroying cities and such, and his evil plan is to threaten people to watch this movie, or he'll use these bots to destroy more of the city or something. And then there's a werebot that could turn people into werewolves even though it's a robot, and there's like a vampire bot that can turn people into vampires even though it's a robot, and it can turn into a bat, but it's not super... It just completely contradicts itself. And then there's the Curse of the Were-People, and then there's an episode where Dr. Light creates a robot college. A lot of strange things going on with that cartoon. Which is a shame because the voice actors always sounded like they were having the times of their lives. Especially Scott McNeil, who plays as both Proto Man and Dr. Wily. I spent more time talking about the cartoon than the stage here because, well, quite frankly, I just wanted to get it done with. So yeah, now that I've defeated Hardman, I can now utilize his Hard Knuckles. It's an okay weapon. You can... when you fire it, you can hold up and down to control the direction, and that's weird. I thought I would get a password after this, and even more mysteriously, we got these 4 extra robots who all look the same. What's the meaning of all this? Tune in within a couple of weeks to find out.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Twin Opinion cares about your opinion, and your participation keeps us alive. So share your comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. You can also find Twin Opinion on Facebook or visit our website at asamiarrow.com.